to like participate in the smoking of the weed.
Well, let's go. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Marquia, did you hit record? Oh, thanks, okay. All right, good evening. Meeting of the Cannabis Control Board of the City of Jersey City held Monday, June 22nd, 2006 at approximately 5:06. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting was provided by email to the Bergen Record, and I will do the roll call, and then we will commence with the oath. We have 3 new members tonight, so we don't have to worry about no more quorums being missing, right? All right. Chairman Kaplowitz.
Here.
Vice Chairman Patel. Commissioner Paprosky.
Here.
Commissioner Patel, Pepe. Any idea where Danielle is?
She's not coming. She called in and wrote McKeon.
Oh, okay. It was, okay. All right. And then that's it. So, did I get everybody? We got 1, 2, 3.
You only have 3 here.
Oh, all right, so we don't have a quorum. We're
Right.
gonna have to.
Well, that's what I
We're gonna have to
said.
backtrack.
Right.
I counted myself as 4. So we actually need a quorum to start the meeting, so what we're gonna do is swear the new folks in, and then we'll be able to call your names. So if you could all stand, and I have provided you with, I think is a pretty decent copy of the oath, and raise your right hand. All right, I, please state your name.
I, Micheline Grace Lewis,
I, Isaiah Franco.
Hi, Christopher Solorzano.
Do solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
do swear I will
Oh,
faithfully,
yeah, at the same time.
impartially, and
Do solemnly
justly
swear that I faithfully, impartially, and justly
I do solemnly swear that I faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties
Okay,
As-
hold on. Perform all the duties of as member of the Jersey City Cannabis Control Board
perform all the duties as a member of the Jersey City Cannabis Control Board
for the City of Jersey City,
for the City of Jersey City,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
I further do solemnly swear
I
further do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Jersey City rules and regulations,
the Jersey City rules and regulations,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States,
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome on board. All right.
I'd like to say thank you very much for volunteering your time, and I look forward to working with you.
I'm going to finish up the roll call with your permission,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, which will solidify a very solid quorum. All right. Commissioner Solenzano,
Present.
Commissioner Grace Lewis,
Present.
and Commissioner Franco. All right, we are good to go. I'll hand it over to you, Mr. Chairman, for the remainder of the agenda. It's my understanding that, right? That's
Right.
the next one?
So I think we're going to do the first couple of that are easy, and then move on to the ones we have a little issues with. Okay. So the first one is CCB 22-12, downtown Florida, 141 Newark Avenue, Jersey City.
Good evening, Frank. It's nice to see you again. Please enter your appearance into the record.
Yes, good evening. Frank Vitolo, Sills Cummins Grove.
One, please turn your mic, and sit right at the table with your client.
Frank Vitolo, Sills Cummins and Gross, on behalf of Downtown Flower.
Jazz Randall, manager at Downtown Flower.
Presumably, you will be testifying, as Mr. Rotolo cannot. Please
Right.
raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the testimony about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
Do me a favor. Please state your name again. Spell your last name.
sure. Jazz Randall and Randall.
Thank you. Your witness, counselor.
Well, this is a pretty straightforward renewal. There really has there been any material changes in the business?
Has not.
And were you involved or, by the way, board, the co-owner is in the hospital having a baby today, which is why.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
She had a baby.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
she had a baby. So that's why I'm here.
Voter for Jersey City.
With respect to the answers to the questionnaire, you have any doubts that anything in here is not the truth or accurate as far as you know?
All accurate.
Okay, and your business is continuing to provide the public services and charitable work that's described in here,
Yes.
and you have paid all the relevant fees.
Yes.
Okay, and there's been no changes in your security plan or any of these other items, correct?
Correct.
Okay, we would submit that.
For the board's information, your personal experience through the process and how the business has been working since you opened up. Just some feedback and what your suggestions would be, if you could change anything.
Man,
Well, I know there'd be a lot.
you know, the regulations as they are now seem to be working just fine for us. It helps keep us in compliance and everything runs smoothly as the state, goes through the process of what's working, for the industry and for, the good of, cannabis in general and cannabis use.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, is the applicant still 75% women-owned?
Yes.
Are there any questions from the board members?
And if, might I, Mr. Chairman?
Absolutely.
Just for the edification of the
Sure.
new members.
Absolutely.
So this was an application that was approved some time ago. And in fact, I'm looking at one of my old, there it is, July 11, 2022. And they've been up and running for quite some time. They've come before this board, and you can vote on this, even though they're not going through the full application. They're simply before the board for a renewal for 1 year. And I know that Marquis was kind enough to pass around a status. They had no issues with paying their 2% municipal tax. There has been absolutely no complaints with respect to the CRC or the local police in Jersey City. They've indicated they'll continue to be active members of the community. They'll continue to work with and support the same, as well as additional organizations in our local community. So perhaps you want to open it up to the public, Mr. Chair?
Right, just a comment. I was here when we first heard the application, and, it was a great application. She hit all the marks that were, envisioned by the state and the city. So I'll open it up to members of the community who want to come up and speak or have any comments. Seeing none.
Back to the dais for a motion, followed by a second, and then I'll do the roll call.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right. All right. I'm doing Maynard's job, so.
I know.
Now that I'm on Medicare, you got to slow down a little bit.
That's it.
Okay. Chairman Kaplowitz,
Yes. Congratulations. Aye.
Vice Chairperson Patel. Yes. Commissioner Naporowski.
Aye.
All right. Commissioner Solenzano.
Aye.
And Commissioner Lewis.
Aye.
And Commissioner Franco. Yes. All right. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations.
Okay, next one. CCB 22-2, MMD, New Jersey, 655 Newark Avenue, a renewal. Please step up to the seat.
Who is going to be testifying this evening?
I will.
All right, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, what would you like to tell the board about this renewal?
Well, we're excited about it. We're coming up on our 2-year anniversary, which is exciting, I think, and interesting because the market is constantly changing as more and more cannabis retailers come online. So we've done, I think we're really proud of the job we've done in actually growing our business in what could be considered, a difficult market, but we love it. And we think that our ties to the community and just the great work of our staff and the support of our community is why we are and continue to be successful and are just hoping to keep growing.
So this application was approved, oh, that's the wrong form here, sorry. Anything else you want to tell the board?
No, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Or any comments about the process or your experience?
I mean, I think one of the great things about the state of New Jersey, I will say that's incredibly helpful, is when you are opening your business, pre-opening, you get assigned like your investigator from the CRC, and that's the same person that you work with.
Oh, that's
so as opposed to just going into like a loop of like who's my inspector today or who do I ask questions to, we've had the same inspector since pre-opening. So any questions we have, any issues that arise, like I'm talking to the same knowledgeable person, they know us, they're the person that comes in and physically inspects the store, and I actually think that's a really clever and efficient way to do it. So I think bravo to the state for that system.
All right, so this was an application that indeed was approved by the CCB back on May 9th, 2022. I know at that time it was Steve and his brother.
Correct. They are still ownership. They could not be here. Shirley is also an owner, but I'm the director of public affairs and licensing. So this is really my wheelhouse if there's any questions and anything to answer to.
Yeah, so there are some issues. They appear to be somewhat minor, but you've had at least 2 violations. The first one was in violation of NJAC 17:30-9 .13 AII. Each cannabis business at a minimum shall utilize the inventory tracking system. Can you explain what occurred there, please?
So both of the violations that you see, I think, are sort of almost like tied together. And I will say it was a very interesting process. For the second violation that I think is a bit more technical and it's a bit longer, I think, of a description of what it was.
Update the product inventories on or at least a daily basis.
Okay, correct. So that we kind of became the canary in the coal mine for that. It was a total miscommunication between our POS system and Metric and the CRC. So we had to get everybody involved to figure it out. It was definitely, it took longer than any of us wanted, but we had to work with 3 separate agencies, including Metrics, like how Metric was communicating with our POS, blah, blah, blah. It was very, very technical. Again, Jessica was with us every step of the way and found that other dispensaries across the state were having similar issues. So we kind of got to help iron it all out. On May 11th, we had our last on-site inspection, and we're 100% compliant.
So was it mostly on the state level that the system wasn't clicking with the individual?
I think it was really the POS system and Metric. They were just not aligning, and Metric would say that's not what we're seeing, and the POS system would say that's not what we're seeing. So they figured out how to rectify it, and it hasn't happened since. It did, again, take a little longer than I think any of us wanted to. But as of our last on-site inspection, we're fully compliant. And I think the other thing that's important to remember is, and again, that I appreciate, is the CRC is not like hiding behind a bush, like trying to go gotcha. You know, they're really there to get you to compliance, right? And so when we looked at our system from our view, like, you know, everyone has a different view of the back end of a system, right? Mm-hmm. When we looked at it, it looked correct. When the CRC and Metric looked at it, it didn't look correct. So those kinds of things are not going to be unveiled to us until we have oversight. So we welcome it. And again, I think the spirit in which the CRC operates is the correct spirit. It's like, how do we problem solve? How do we get you to compliance? And I mean, a lot like what your job is when you see applicants come before you that are having a hard time getting open. Like, you're here to help them get there. You're not here to get in their way. So it was a learning experience for all of us. But yeah, we take compliance really seriously, and we're happy that we are clear of that one.
I note that the taxes are paid in full.
Yes.
So.
Any questions from the members? It's now open to the public. Any members of the public would like to speak? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, seeing none, the motion carries. Congratulations. Best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you for your volunteerism and hard work, and we appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, next one. CCB 22-34, RIP Dispensary, 220 Broadway, Jersey City.
Nice to see you again, Jonathan. Who's going to be testifying? All right, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please state your name, spell your last name.
Jonathan Bednarsh, Bednarsh.
Jonathan, what would you like to tell the board with respect to renewing your license? This board approved on, I believe, October 17th, 2022.
Well, first of all, thank you for hearing our renewal and welcome new commissioners. You got a fun and exciting job ahead of you. We were, as a reminder, we were actually the first legal licensed dispensary, medical, and then rec here in Jersey City. We have a solid business. We have great, loyal customers that are really appreciative of what we do every day and our team. And that's really the best part of the business is that interaction with people. I mean, there are people that come in twice a day. There are people that we see all the time. It's like family. Our team is like family to them. They're like family to us. And that's just been tremendously rewarding, I think, for everyone. We have, and as we provided, we have 9 employees. 4 of those are from Jersey City. 3 are from the towns next door. No CRC violations or anything like that. No ownership changes. Everything's been pretty straightforward.
So I know way back when you had indicated the company has a history of community involvement, including programs for literacy, veterans, cancer patients, and expungement support. Has some of that? Is that
Absolutely.
Adam,
I mean,
shaking his head?
all of those things in various ways. And even as recently, one thing we do on every Memorial Day weekend, Veterans Day weekend, we do a half off for all veterans and active duty service for whatever the whole extended holiday weekends are. People come in from all over the state for that. We work with all the different kinds of groups to help where we can.
Thank you. And 98% of the ownership is still held by New Jersey residents,
Yes.
with the other 2% Colorado and Maryland?
Yes.
All right. I see that there haven't been any complaints, and your taxes are paid up to date. So
Right.
back to you, Mr. Chairman.
Are there any questions from the members? If not, I'll open up to the public. Any members of the public would like to make a statement? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion. Is there a motion? Okay.
Okay.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay.
Who did that? Okay, Chris, thanks.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? So moved.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Good luck. This is lightning speed here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, next one. CCB 2208, Jersey Leaf, 554 West Side Avenue, Jersey City.
Can I wait for Willie? He's on the way.
Say again?
Can I wait for my partner? He's on the way.
Sure.
Second call.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Which one do you want to do? Now it starts getting tough.
Let's see. I did have a note here. Hold on, Mr. Chairman. Let's see what we got.
We can do this one. This is just straight out of business.
So these were, yeah,
Yeah.
I only saw one.
Well,
but,
you got this one lifted.
yeah. So call lifted vision.
Yeah, really. Okay, CCB 22-27, Lifted Vision, 481 Central Avenue.
I sent you an email, Ron.
Oh, they asked for an
They
adjournment.
asked for an adjournment, as well as Tyson 2.0, also known as DECA, also known as Decades. They also requested an adjournment for the next available meeting,
Okay, so,
just so you guys know. Those are the only two.
but according to your memo, it almost sounded like they were out of business, Lifted Vision.
Well, I can't recall exactly what I said in the email, in the
Hold
memo.
on, I'll find
You
it.
want me to read it into the record, Mr.
Oh,
Chairman?
absolutely.
It's it.
I have it over
The
there.
Division of Commerce conducted an administrative compliance review and found that the applicant is current on its annual licensing fee and quarterly cannabis tax obligations with no outstanding balances owed to the city. As the business was not yet open during portions of the review period, certain quarterly taxes were not applicable. Additionally, no complaints. However, despite multiple attempts, Commerce has not been able to reach this applicant for a renewal, except for today, apparently, right?
Yeah, and they did end up sending some kind of notification that they won't be able to be in until the next meeting. So I believe that was on Wednesday. I've been out of the office since then.
Right.
So
But they have not opened.
I'm not saying that. I can't vouch for that. We
Okay.
haven't been able to send like an inspector to go see what's going on. I was just having a hard time reaching them. And sometimes they say they don't see my emails right away. We're having trouble with that also at our office. Maybe it's going to quarantine. I'm not sure. But
But I also
they
see-
did reach out and asked if they can
Right.
come next meeting.
But I also see from your report that they haven't paid the quarterly numbers.
They have, right?
No, they haven't paid, well, they said they weren't open quarter one, quarter two. They
Wait a
did,
minute, they were paid October 8th, 2025?
right.
Split division.
Right, so they paid then, and they paid the fourth quarter.
That doesn't sound like a business that's closed, does it,
Right.
Mr. Chairman?
No,
Perhaps the board may be so inclined to give them a 30-day adjournment,
Yeah.
with the understanding that it's a mandatory appearance next time to show up exactly, what's going on.
Yeah.
It's up
Yeah.
to the board.
There is a note that said the board may wish to consider directing inspectors to conduct a site visit to
Yeah.
verify whether the business remains operational.
yeah, that's why I was thinking that they're not in business.
We
So why don't we,
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead, make your
I was just going to
recommendation.
say that my notes to you has always been, it's always because of when I'm trying to reach them to get the renewal or get a status update. Sometimes they are delayed and we're, getting us back the information. But I will say, I believe I noted it, that I think they are up to date with their taxes, but I just couldn't reach them in time. And then they finally contacted me and said, I guess maybe they were having issues, I don't know. But they did finally contact me and asked if they can adjourn and come at the July meeting.
Okay,
So,
well, first of all, I have a problem that any application that has been approved by this board and that's open or not open, if they do not respond to you, to the officials, what's going on, I got a problem with that. That's not being considerate or abiding by the privilege of operating a store for cannabis in Jersey City. So that's a problem. But it's up to the members of the board. Do we want to give them a 30-day leeway and come back to us?
Is it even in our jurisdiction to send somebody there to see if the business is operational?
We don't have that
Can,
jurisdiction, but certainly the Division of Commerce does.
Yeah.
The
Right.
board doesn't have that authority.
Right.
Right.
So if they want to make a recommendation, or a motion, I should say, to allow them to come back in 30 days and ask the Commerce Department to send someone down there physically to see, I'll entertain that motion.
I would make that motion.
Is
I'd move to give them
Okay.
30 on it.
All right. The motion's been made?
Is there a second?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? So moved.
All right, so that was a 30-day adjournment and ask the Division of Commerce to send an inspector to see if they are closed.
Right.
They must have been open, otherwise they would never have paid any taxes.
yeah, their last tax payment was, what's April's last quarter? That was the last quarter. So their last,
Okay.
they made the payment of their last quarter. So I'm not sure.
All right. Next one. CCB 24-78, Glue Lagoon, 77 Forest Street. This one's a little more complicated.
Do you want to hear them now?
Here he comes.
Okay.
All right. Nice to see you again. How are you?
Doing good.
Most knowledgeable guy that I know about strains, so.
Yeah.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Please state your name, spell your last name.
Eli Terry, Terry.
what do you want to tell the board? You know, we left off, they gave you this adjournment to prove that you had a lease, because when the Division of Commerce spoke to your landlord, they said, there ain't no lease.
So I talked to the family. They really just want us to get the deal done. I signed the MSA agreement with this company that opened up 3 cultivations in South Jersey. So at the moment, I'm really just trying to close the deal. He hasn't leased out the property. That tip that you got, it was really there to try to destroy my relationship with him. That's why it's kind of been hard, us going back and forth and stuff. But literally just trying to get a deal done. I think it would be counterproductive for the board, for the applicant who is the closest cultivation to being open and who's got the furthest application. Investigators literally at the tip of opening just need a little bit more time.
What's a stumbling block?
Just closing on a deal for the build out. Everybody is in this time thing where people are waiting on Trump's agricultural laws to change. And then just finalizing everything for the end of this year. I had an investor who wanted to wait until the third quarter because he was unsure what Trump was going to do. So it's for cultivation, it's just a weird time right now. And I think it would be like a big mistake to try to stop us when we're literally right here. And we're so close compared to others who are trying to get in or are in. I think this is like, we're going to be the first cultivation open. And I truly believe that.
So, may I?
Go right ahead.
Okay. So for the new board members and perhaps somewhat new board members, this was one of the first cultivation applications. I know I was very excited. I know Jeff was very excited.
Oh, absolutely.
And apparently, Mr. Terry had some, financial difficulties. But, unlike a dispensary, a Class 5 retail dispensary where there are dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens, he was the first cultivator to actually apply. And you weren't here for his testimony, but he's extraordinarily knowledgeable about the different strains and whatnot. And I was very excited. I hoped he would be very successful. It's a shame that he's here. But at some point, the board is going to have to pull the plug. But I leave that up to the board.
Well, let me ask you a question. Realistically, I know that you're close, and you've put a lot of time into it, money. At what point will you be able to come to us? Is it 30 days, 60 days?
I need another 60 to 90 days to really close the deal. I have this MSA with this company who've been closing these deals in South Jersey, and they have some people who want to expand canopy space. So we've been nonstop at it, and hopefully within 60 to 90 days, we have some paperwork for you and have a new agreement with the landlord, because we're really trying to extend the lease as well, because that's another thing that is kind of short. It ends at the end of this year, but we're trying to make it at 10 to 15 years as well. So it's just negotiating and making sure all the paperwork is right and everybody is feeling like
You still have to do, once you have an agreement with the landlord and everything's settled, you still have to build out?
build out and permits.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the last step, and we're open. So I think we're right there, we're literally right there, just build out and permits. And it's a very,
If we give you the extension, we would request, bi-monthly, information from you.
For sure.
To the Commerce Department, where you are, if there's any problems and stuff.
Yeah, and I'll be happy to update you along every process. Like, I come to all of these meetings to make sure you guys exactly know what's going on. I have nothing to hide, and I'm extremely confident in what I'm doing.
Right. Yeah, I remember when we approved your application, we were very excited because, cultivation is a very specialized part of the process.
And he could supply all the retailers in Jersey City.
That's right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Did you have a lawsuit with the tenant? With the landlord?
So we really just had agreement. This is a part of bargaining. He showed me that just to kind of scare me, but then we had an agreement after that. So it's just been a little bit of back and forth, but he hasn't proceeded with anything.
I thought the last time we were here, we talked about a court proceeding that you had, and got possession of the premises?
It wasn't a court. We didn't go to court about it. We had a on the side agreement on what we were going to be doing, and he's been utilizing the property until the deal is done.
Would he be willing to submit a letter to Commerce stating that you're still in negotiation and he still wants you there?
I need to correct the record, Mr. Chairman. So we've got an email that I made reference to, and forgive me, but it's dated January 29, 2026. And it is from George, forgive me with the last name, the Axis Group of Jersey City. This is to confirm that Blue Lagoon does not currently lease the property and has not leased the property for the period referenced during our phone call. The former tenant was removed through the Hudson County court system after failing to pay rent.
There was a court proceeding.
Yeah, right. I'm going to read.
He may not have showed up. That's as simple as that.
I know. I just wanted
The
to get it
board's
clear.
Yeah, no, you're 100% accurate. The board's rooting for you. It's just that, how long can they hang on?
And the question is, can you get something in writing from the landlord opposed to this, other than this, that you still have control?
Yeah.
Do you have any other real estate that you have been
Put
looking
your mic
into?
on.
There we go.
Any other real estate you've been looking into?
Yes, it was the property that I was approved for prior. That's kind of across the street that I was looking back to go to, but I'm pretty set on this. Once the deal is done, he really just wants the deal to be done. That's why he did a lot of the stuff. He just wants the payments to start coming back and us to stop negotiating and all of that stuff. He just, and at one point, prior to all of this, he was honestly going to invest, and I told the board about it because they said he had no communication with me, but he talked to me about possibly going and investing into this property and going to raise everything. I don't know what changed, but he's just, every day is something kind of new with
You
him.
should look into more options on your real estate because it seems like you're having a hard time with him. And the 90 days is actually, like the board said, they're rooting for you.
Right. But just for the record, if you go to another location, it's a brand-new application.
The whole thing over.
Okay.
So-
And the good news that there aren't a lot of cultivators
Right.
chomping at the bit. I don't think we've maxed out for cultivators.
No,
in
we
that.
haven't. In fact, I think one of them is on Harrison, I think, is not opening up. So,
Yeah, Chairman, I would agree with you. If you could get something from the landlord, just updating us to where things stand now. I understand that that email references where things were before, but if you're telling us that things are changing, things are moving, things are fluid, if you can get something that that correlates what you're saying, that gives us a lot of confidence then
Okay.
to move forward with that.
if you have a problem with that,
Yeah.
and if you have another location, in fact, if I were you, I would do both,
Yeah,
at the
parallel
same
tracks.
time.
Yeah.
Backup is always good, because basically, Ron and I were the only two people here that heard your application. We were very, very supportive, and we're looking forward to it. It's a big lift for Jersey City to have a really good cultivator here. So, how about this? We make a motion that come back in 30 days. In that 30-day period, either have the landlord come here or some kind of certified letter notarized that, you have that deal, or that you have a new location that you're starting the process with the other one.
Okay.
All right?
All
What
right.
kind of proof does he, what kind of proof?
days.
Ma'am, sorry. Okay, hold on a second. You tell him you can't shout out.
Do me a favor, we're trying to keep this in order, just like the council. Look, I know you show up there every day, so you know the rules. So,
What kind of evidence would the board want if Mr. Terry decides he's going to move to a different location?
well, we have to get a brand-new application then.
A lease, I mean.
Yeah, a lease,
Just okay.
all right?
Is 30 days enough for him to get a lease? No. Can he just have identified a property that he's in negotiation for or something? I don't think 30 days is enough to get a lease.
Well, actually,
It's an unrealistic expectation.
he already's done the hard work. He already has the language for the lease.
But if he has to get a new location, not for the current one.
Oh, no, that I don't disagree, but I think your testimony was that you were looking at a place across the street. And
Yeah.
have you had conversations with them?
Yeah, I had conversations, but it wasn't a lease in place, though. It wasn't
Okay.
like, yeah.
I think you also said he wasn't interested in that, so we'd probably have to look at something completely new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So how about this? Come back in 30 days, give us an update. Where you stand with this location, have something notarized in writing by the present landlord that you're dealing with, or if that doesn't go anywhere, get us another location and file an application to move it to the new location. It's a brand new application at that point.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Terry, do you understand that the chairman's indicating two things? Either you're going to provide some type of evidence from the landlord that things are copacetic,
Yeah.
and despite that January email, maybe there was a miscommunication, but he did in fact dispossess you in the Hudson County Superior Court. Or a lease from another property. Otherwise, the board may be so inclined to recommend that the governing body revoke your resolution of support.
And can I ask, if it's too early, would I be able to submit a LOI if it was a new property until the lease is finalized?
That's acceptable. I would also recommend, if you have an LOI, to ask the new landlord to come here and testify on your behalf.
Okay.
I'm sure he would.
Yeah.
Or she, whoever you're dealing with. Giving you the opportunity, So if I were you, I would work both lanes at the same time.
Because the board previously gave you a 60-day adjournment. You were last here April 27th of this year.
Yeah.
And they gave you 60 days.
Right.
So.
So if that's my motion to the board, that we give them 30 days to come back with either a signed lease for the present landlord or an LOI with a new landlord, and that landlord comes to verify that at the next meeting. Do I have it correct?
You do. Is there a second?
Yeah, I'd second that.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion
Abstentions
carries.
moved.
Good luck, man. We're
Good
rooting
luck.
for you.
Yep.
No public speaking on it?
It's an adjournment.
Right.
If there comes a point in time,
You know something, if you talk, we may say no.
You and Kitty Hall.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so that's postponed 30 days. Okay. The next one, Tyson, I don't have anything on that.
we gave them a 30-day adjournment. Tyson,
Yeah.
also known as Decades. Oh, sorry. I think Marquia said they asked for an adjournment.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Next. Glue Lagoon, not here yet?
We just did
That
that.
was just-
It's not that one, I mean the Jersey Leaf. Not here yet. Okay, still on his way. Next one, okay, Neon Heights is not being heard. Hold on one second.
Forgive me, Mr. Chairman. Why is Neon Heights not being heard?
I thought they asked for a post, well, hold on. Are they here? I thought that your memo
Yeah,
said.
she may have said it. I may have missed it.
We're a little confused.
I know it gets confusing. So what you're referencing is the last meeting. They asked for an adjournment,
Right.
and I have not heard from them.
Oh, that's right, okay.
So they wanted to come to this meeting, and I reached out a few times and tried to get the status update from her. I was in communication before, but all of a sudden it just stopped. So I tried calling, I tried emailing a few times, and so I haven't heard from her, unfortunately.
Yeah, and just remind me, have they paid their taxes? And
They're
their
not
quota?
open. So they're
Not open,
Yeah, this
okay.
was just a status
So-
update.
Right, and we originally heard their application in 2022?
December 12th of 2022 was
Right.
the CCB approval. They received planning May 9th, 2023, and they received city council approval August 16th, 2023.
Right, and so, I'll open it up to the board for comments, but it sounds to me that they have been given a lot of opportunities, and they've sat on it. And the fact that they're not responding at a very important moment in their business venture to be here to advocate for themselves doesn't sound to me that they're serious enough to move forward. And it makes no sense to have them, on the agenda. So, you know,
This-
go ahead.
This would be a little different motion. This would be a motion to revoke the board's previous endorsement and recommend to the governing body that they revoke any type of resolution of support that the governing body may have issued. That's the type of resolution based on the fact that they're not here tonight. They got council approval August 16th, 2023. You would have thought they ran to the state with their approval saying, hey.
When's the last time they attended the meeting?
Well, the CCB, they got,
Oh, yeah.
in 2022, they received our approval. Then there's a next step. I know you guys are new. So the second step is planning, which was, as I mentioned, May 9th of 23. And then they got their final approval from City Council in August of 2023. Since then, I'm not sure if I sent the new commissioners the information about them. Would you like me to just read so that they have
Please
it?
do.
Please.
It says here, the last formal written status update received from Neon Heights was dated May 21st, 2025. In that submission, the applicant advised that the project experienced substantial delays related to structural issues discovered within the building during demolition and construction preparation. The applicant indicated that repairs were being addressed by the landlord and that the business intended to continue moving forward with the project. On May 12th, 2026, the Division of Commerce spoke directly with the owner regarding the current status of the project. During that conversation, the owner advised the following. The business continues to experience ongoing landlord-related issues involving structural conditions at the property. The owner stated that the structural and property-related issues have been the primary reason the business has not progressed toward opening. The owner further advised that legal action against the landlord may become necessary if the issues are not resolved. The owner confirmed that they intend to appear before the Cannabis Control Board at the meeting scheduled for May 18th, I think that was the date, 2026, to provide a more detailed update regarding the status. And right before that meeting, they had an emergency and asked to come to this meeting. And since then, I haven't heard from her. She hasn't given me any updates. I emailed requesting an update and asking, are they coming to the meeting? And I haven't gotten a response. So that's.
So, I'll open it for comments, but, to me, if I wanted to open up a business and I knew I had to get government support, I'd be here yesterday. So it doesn't sound like they're hoping for something and it's not there, or they're just wasting time. So, what does everybody think?
Move to revoke.
Is that a motion?
Yes.
Second.
Okay, second. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So
Opposed.
moved.
I oppose.
Are you opposed?
Yes.
Okay, I apologize.
No problem.
So, vote is,
A no vote because you don't want to revoke that particular applicant's endorsement. Got it.
got it, okay. All right, you have that. I apologize.
No problem. I'm new.
Oh, no, gotta speak up real fast. Okay, next. All right. CCB 23-63, the number spot, 539 Martin Luther King Drive.
All right, good evening. If you'd be so kind as to raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, please state your name and spell your last name.
Naima Terry, T as in Tom, ERRY.
All right, Ms. Terry, what would you like to tell the board? I understand that you're changing your project and that you're adding a mixed use with, I guess, residential on the top and your cannabis space on the bottom. Go ahead.
Correct. After so many dispensaries open throughout the state and so many approvals, I think you have 50 approved in Jersey City already. It was a very expensive but strategic and legacy decision to pivot from building what I was raising $1 million for this grand cannabis retail and consumption space. I have now pivoted to building a 5-story building, which will have 8 apartments above the ground floor dispensary. So it took about 2 years to get the approvals just for cannabis. So you can imagine the wait time to get approvals to knock my current building down to build a 5-story building. On top of that, since I decided to do this pivot, I wanted to maximize the space on my land, and I am now in the process of amending the Jackson Hill redevelopment plan, which I just got approved by the planning board last month, and it actually goes before City Council on Wednesday for the first reading. Second reading will be at the next meeting. But essentially with amending this redevelopment plan, I'll be able to build up my 5 stories. As of right, I can build 4 stories, but it was important to a smaller project like mine. You know, I'm not downtown. We can't have 30 stories. So an additional floor, having 2 additional apartments makes the world of a difference in construction financing and making this deal a fundable deal. So I am spending a lot of time. I've had to hire planners. I've had to, go before planning board to amend this. I've had letters of support from my councilman Gilmore, from Denise Ridley, and essentially the community. I've had to have several community meetings to amend this redevelopment plan. But I do have a lot of support throughout my ward and throughout the city to amend this plan. And it's the step before going back to planning board with my new plans, which I do have. And I'm so sorry I didn't get to print out enough for everybody, but I will pass the single ones around to everyone. But essentially, just with so many being opened. Oh, thank you.
So,
Yeah, that was the previous, and then that's the new plans.
so right now, I want to just get everything right. So now there's an existing building that you originally got approval for the cannabis store.
Correct.
A single-story building?
2-story.
2-story, okay. You got approvals from the planning board to upzone? No, you couldn't have got it because you're waiting for the redevelopment plan.
Yes,
to be
I'm waiting to-
okay.
yes.
So the next meeting, the Jersey Council will have its first reading.
Correct, to amend the redevelopment plan.
Right, and then they have to go back for the second meeting to approve it, and then it's 45 days for any public to object to it.
Correct.
And otherwise it becomes legal. And at that point,
Then I can submit for my site plans.
okay, and then basically at that point, once you go for your building permits and everything else, you said a 5-story building?
Correct.
So that's probably a 18-month build-out.
Correct.
All right, so we're talking about at this point, that would be 1, 2, 3, about
28.
Right, okay.
First quarter 2028 at this point. I know it's believe me, it's been an expensive pivot and a very long pivot, but it's a family property that I got from my grandfather, and I'm thinking about the maximum use for this space. I'm from Jersey City, born and raised. I got this property from my grandfather, and I'm so happy that I got the cannabis license, but it's just not the only thing that I can do with my property, and I do have plenty of city support, and this is just the best for my legacy, and I do ask that you guys be patient with me. I do have an email as well from my investigator that has been assigned, because I have I do have the approval to convert to annual, and essentially my license is still current with the state, and essentially I'll just read it out. She says
Now, this is for
from the CRC.
Right, from the state to allow you to move forward on doing this.
So yes, this is from my investigator, Sabrina Ism. She says, hello, hope all is well, same with you. I double checked to make sure no other information is needed from you for an extension, and that answer is no. Just keep me advised on your status so I can keep your file updated. The only areas where you may experience issues are with your town. If they are fine with everything, the CRC is good as well. I'm looking forward to working with you soon. So essentially, I've explained the entire process that I'm going through. I've also received a cannabis seed equity grant from NJEDA. So I've just updated
What is that?
everybody. There was a grant available for cannabis retailers throughout the state. So I was a recipient of that award. So I pretty much have just been keeping every agency that has been working with me in the loop of that I have decided to pivot and build up. And essentially, the CRC is saying they will keep extending as long as Jersey City is okay with me extending out this long.
And should,
So just-
I
sorry,
just want to
Mr.
ask
Yeah.
one question, and then I'll let you answer. Should you move forward, and the board gives you the ability to move forward, we're talking about 2-3 years. At this point in time, do you have the funding to build?
Yes. So that's another reason why I spent the time to amend the redevelopment plan, because the numbers weren't quite penciling out with only having 4 apartments above the dispensary. It's really hard to do mid-sized projects like this. So getting those 2 additional apartments made my deal a fundable deal. So my construction financing will completely cover my build out of the apartments and the dispensary. And then I do have an MOU with my investor. Her name is Hope Wiseman. She's the youngest Black woman to own a dispensary in the country. She's based out of Maryland. She has a manufacturing here in New Jersey. I do have the MOU. She will be my chief operating officer and as well as an investor, which will carry my working capital, my that type of stuff. But for me building out the building, I'm covering that part of my build out, and my working capital is coming from my investor, who's also going to be my COO.
And she's, what percentage, you're going to still be the majority
Yes.
percentage of how much?
She's going to have 20%.
Okay.
Yeah. So as of now, because it's just an MOU, I am still 100% owner of this business.
Right, right.
I have a question.
Go ahead, please do.
Is there
Right
any-
into the mic,
Sorry.
and just press that button. It'll
Yeah, is there
play.
any, I don't know, provision in Jersey City, I'm sorry, I'm new, that says about under 18 being in proximity to a dispensary, and does that have any effect on her ability to rent to like families?
No.
No, there's no restriction.
No.
You can't be within 200 feet of a school,
Yeah, okay.
but you can't,
But
There-
not residential.
not residential, because otherwise, if you had a dispensary, you can't rent to a family,
Yeah.
and housing is extremely limited.
that, I agree
Right,
with that, yeah.
right.
And I will also state that since I am amending the redevelopment plan, essentially I'm getting a density bonus. I have to and am more than willing to do affordable housing, so I'm required to do one, but I will do as many as I can get funded. I do have another affordable housing project that I'm developing in Newark it's a 100% affordable condominium building that I've gotten fully funded by the state. So it is something that I'm looking forward to doing with this property. If I can get it fully funded to do affordable, that is my goal, but I do have to do at least one affordable at this project.
So I have a legal question.
Yes.
Maybe I have an answer.
I would hope so, The location's still there. The building is being taken down and a new building going up. Is the approval that we did, does that transfer to the new building, or is that a new?
Yeah, no, I would say it's the same use.
At the
And-
same address.
At the
right.
same address. There are stumbling blocks. We're finding that the city council is not enamored with cannabis businesses right smack in the middle of residential housing. This board approved something, and the governing body decided to not issue a resolution of support. So you've got some hurdles. I'm not saying which way the board is going to vote, but there will be obviously units above this cannabis retail store. And the technology's gotten wonderful. There probably won't be any odors, but I know you indicated a consumption lounge in the old application. I know that the city council and even this board was not enamored with having consumption lounges when residents are a stone's throw away from that consumption lounge. Having said that, it's up to the board. Second, the license that you have with the state is a conditional license, which I don't mean any disrespect. You can get a conditional license on a napkin practically. Her hard part is when she converts it to a final application, which sounds like you will be able to do.
Well,
And it
I've
sounds-
already converted. That part is approved. Now, that's how you get an investigator assigned. It just doesn't have the final annual stamp on it yet. So I'm already kind of past the condition. It's a conditional to conversion license is where we're at. So it's not just a conditional at this
All right,
point.
so this one says conditional, and it expires October 12th, 2026. So I take your word for it that, you know, you've passed the conditional stage, and you've got an investigator, and et cetera, et cetera. But back to the board. Sorry for
Have you talked to the surrounding neighborhood? I know that you talked to the head of the redevelopment the committee there on the block, the Jackson committee. My question is, do you foresee anybody coming up and opposing you?
No, I've had several conversations with the community throughout this whole process. In my initial cannabis application,
40 supporters showed up.
Right.
you remember that?
yeah, hey,
I
I
remember
you-
that. And
you-
then the
you had
second
an
time, because you
excellent
didn't see me.
application. Right, oh, absolutely.
The second floor was
Yeah.
supposed to be dedicated to community impact activities, including expungement clinics, workforce development, senior education, and legacy planning. But we understand the argument. The
Yes.
money's not there.
Yeah. And now I'm still at the heart a community developer and a real estate developer, so it still would be a good impact on the community. I think the community will take some affordable housing over a community room in my building at this point.
I don't disagree with that. I'll open it up for our discussion, unless, do we have any other questions?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So you own the real estate?
Correct.
That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, what I was going to say is, even if she demolishes the building, the block and the lot is the same, right? So
Right.
I
No,
wouldn't.
that doesn't change.
Right. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that should be one less stumbling block. Then.
Oh, that I don't disagree. I just wanted to make sure that one building goes down, one goes up, the application still remains.
Right.
Right. If we decide to give you that option, we would expect you to constantly inform staff here every bit of the way how you're moving, and when you start your construction, come back to us.
Absolutely. And
Have you been in front of the planning board yet with this?
No.
with the old application, and I've been approved by the planning board already to amend the redevelopment plan. So they've already seen my plans. I just have to, once the amendment gets,
It has to be approved by the
once
council.
it gets approved by city council, then I can submit my site plan application.
Well, and quite frankly, the hard part is getting it to the council. Once it's a guaranteed pass, once they do.
The city council, I had to go to city council first because
Right.
it's essentially amending the redevelopment plan has to come from planning board. So they directed planning board to open up a study. It's a lot. It's been about 9 months of me getting this redevelopment plan approved just so I can get this extra floor for 2 additional apartments. But it also has a greater city benefit because I essentially changed the transit density for the light rail. So actually right here. So essentially buildings within 1,000 feet of the light rail can get 2 additional stories. I changed that now to extend up to 1,750 feet. So we'll essentially go from here to Communipol and from here to about Wilkerson. Now everybody along this corridor can get 2 additional floors if they redevelop their property.
That's great. First of all, it improves the value of the property there and more housing.
And very impressive to actually undertake an amendment of a redevelopment plan. That
Thank
is,
you.
that is not for the faint of heart.
It's the first time it's been amended essentially since inception, except to
Yeah.
get the Dunkin' Donuts here for the curb cut.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I served on the planning board when this came up the first time, the
That's
redevelopment
one
plan.
of the, I'll probably have to abstain because I'm on it now.
Okay,
I thought I read this, so I'm gonna abstain when we do a vote,
agreed.
okay?
Yeah, no, you have to.
Right.
I think it's, I like the idea.
I know it's a long time I'm asking for, but I hope you can see my dedication to Jersey City and that I'm going to be here.
You're meticulous. I like that.
As long as the state is backing you, that they'll let that license stay active, not the license, but the conditional license to stay active, I don't see a problem. So,
I don't either. You have a clear path forward here.
Thank you.
And you've planned it up very, very well.
I just want to make it clear that you're still going to need a resolution of support from because this is very different than the resolution of support
Right.
that you got from the city council on April 24, 2024.
right.
Well, for cannabis,
Yeah. For cannabis, April 24, 2024, they gave you a resolution of support. It has not expired, but this is a very different setup than that first resolution of support. So I'm going to put that in, if the board is so inclined to continue to support, I'm going to indicate that you need to go to the city council and let them know what's happening with your cannabis business.
Yeah, well, most of the old city council people were aware. Councilman Gilmore is definitely on my side, and Denise, I haven't gotten to know the new city council people yet, but believe me, I will be meeting with all of them to let them know.
I have no doubt.
Excuse me.
Maynard, would you, I'm sorry. Would you, how are you? Would you agree with me that if the board is so inclined to continue the support for this applicant, that the applicant would have to go for a new resolution of support before the city council, because this is a very different application.
If the application has changed, yes.
Okay.
Well, what's changed about the cannabis
residents
application?
above.
Right. Oh, okay.
Right.
You're not doing the consumption lounge anymore, right?
I can scratch that out if it's going to be an issue.
I would
but that
advise
would
you to
have
do
to be
that.
operating to
Right.
even apply for consumption
Right,
anyway.
right, right.
So
My advice to you is scratch the consumption aspect and do more apartments, because you might wind up having people, complaining. So make it easier.
So, Mr. Chairman, any type of motion to continue the support and endorsement of this applicant would have to go with the condition that she must apply to the city council for a new resolution of support.
Right. Would that
That's
come
my
from,
opinion.
Would that come from us or would it come from her?
It's going into the resolution, and then Maynard will take it from there.
Then we'll reintroduce it.
Okay.
Council.
All right. Is there any public comment on this application? Is there any discussion among the board?
I got a question.
Go ahead.
With the resolution, if we already, nothing changed, the address, nothing changed, right, to your understanding, it's the same address.
Correct.
There's new councilmen's, everybody agreed, in the past they agreed on your resolution, right?
correct.
So now, if she goes with the council and they deny her,
That's the end of it.
She's done.
She's
But
done.
I have a question. Now, the question is, it's the same address, the same applicant, same person. What has changed if, let's say, the new council person, for some strange reason, dislikes it?
It's not the council, it's the fact that she's changing the
Put it on the mic.
structure. She's
Pat,
changing the
Pat,
structure.
Talking to the mic so we have a record.
She be changing the structure, that's the
Okay.
problem. It's not a matter of council people or not, it's, the application was passed with this structure here, and she changes the structure. That's what would have to be approved. It's not gonna be a problem, but it has to be redone.
Right. And quite frankly, the council actually has to vote to amend the redevelopment plan. That's the real issue here.
Well,
If
that's
they-
already happening on
Well, it hasn't.
Wednesday.
Well, not, you have a first reading.
Yeah.
Then the second reading.
Correct.
And then people have the right to sue the city in court to deny that approval. And that's 45 days after that period, after the resolution.
But all of that has nothing to do with cannabis.
Yeah, it seems like she's ready to run that gauntlet.
I know
But
it.
we just have to say, do we support her in running that gauntlet? She knows what she has to do.
Right.
She's doing all the steps.
Right.
It's us giving her the time with the cannabis piece.
Right.
And if she needs to pivot again, it sounds like she'll do so with her property, but we need to give her the time to do so, and that's all she's asking of us.
Right, correct. And the hardest part about this is getting the council to vote for it. After that, it's an as-of-right use.
And this is a little bit different than the other applications that have
Yeah,
asked just
oh,
for more
absolutely.
time. Hence, I'm putting in the resolution a requirement that she's got to let the council, city council know, I'm going to guess, that the CCB still endorses her, still wants to continue with the support, but she's got to let, and perhaps the city council's well aware, but she's got to make sure that the city council understands this is a new resolution of support because there's going to be 7 apartments above my cannabis store.
8.
Thank you.
Hey,
And strong support from
she
CCB.
stays here pretty long, it'll be up to 10.
Some of the others, just, it was a motion, that 30 days, we'll see you later. I'm drafting a resolution.
No, this is different, right.
Okay.
Right. Like I said, the hardest part about this is the council. Once you get past that, it's home free. And the resolution will also state that you have to keep us, or I should say, keep Commerce informed every bit of the way.
She tired of me already. I call her all the time.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so there was no public comment. We've had our own questions on this. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? So moved. I wish you all the luck.
There's an abstention here.
Excuse me,
Vice
abstention.
Chairman. Yep, got you.
Right,
Abstention.
Motion
okay.
carries. We'll get the resolution done. It'll be ready to go, and then you're off to the city council.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Okay. VT 420 asked for, wait a minute, okay. CCB 23-57, VT 420 LLC, 840 Communipore Avenue, Jersey City.
Good evening, gentlemen. Who's going to be testifying?
I'll be
Thank you.
testifying
Please
today.
raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm testimony about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
So help me
You
God.
can have a seat. Please state your name, spell your last name.
My name is Michael Van, V-A-N.
All right. What would you like to tell the board about this status?
Okay, so thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak today. I'm here to give a brief update on our cannabis business application and where we are in the process. As of May 20th, 2026, we have just received our certificate of occupancy, which was a very important step for us. We are currently waiting for the final walkthrough from the state and are also finishing our internal procedures, standard operating SOPs, compliance documents, software setup, and security system. And once those items are finalized, we will submit for a final inspection from the state field monitor investigator.
Right. And if I remember correctly from reading, you expect to be open in July or August?
Yes, once we receive the final inspection, which should take, I believe, 1 to 3 weeks for them to get back to us, we are ready to open after that.
Okay. Any questions?
So we don't even need I'm not going to be drafting a resolution on
No.
this, but we would need a vote to continue the support. And then all you need to do is cut Maynard a check when you're ready to go and you'll get your license.
Yes.
Right. Is there any,
Not personally. This is
Yeah, for commerce, yep.
is there any public comment? None seen. Is there a motion?
I'll move to continue.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? So moved. Congratulations.
Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Let's see. CCB 2481, Candid Dispensary, 3662 JFK Boulevard.
All right, good evening. Make yourself comfortable. Please raise your right hand when you're ready. Do you swear affirm the testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
You can put your hand down, state your name, and spell your last name.
Elizabeth Seraphim. My last name is
little louder.
S-A-R. Elizabeth Seraphim. My last name is S-A-R-O-F-I-E-M.
Okay, what would you like to tell the board about a status update?
As of June 18th, we received approval on our CO, so we're just now waiting for a final signature. Build out is done. We expect to be open by August 1st. That's our timeline. There have been no changes to any ownership or anything like that. I still remain the sole owner. The only change is that I actually bought the building. So now I'm
congratulations.
the property owner as well. So I know you guys asked for a notarized letter from the landlord, but that would be me now, so.
Okay.
Surprise it yourself.
Thanks. That's really it. I mean, I don't have any further updates. I just hope to be open by August 1st.
So
Okay.
similar situation, Mr. Chairman,
Right.
that not much for us to do. There won't be a resolution, but a vote to continue the support. And again, once she's up and running and she signs a check to the Division of Commerce, she gets her local license.
Right. And I forgot, when did we hear the case? Was it 22 or 23? I forgot.
It was 24.
24? Oh, it was
Yeah.
off.
October 28, 2024.
Oh, okay. You're one of the new ones.
I'm trying my best. No, I did have another location. I had to come back to you guys.
Oh,
So
I didn't
you guys
remember
did
that.
see me in 22, and then I had to start
Oh.
over.
Okay.
Stay at it.
Is there any questions by the board members? Are there any public comments? None seen. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Is there a second? Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? So moved.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay. Kind Buds Jersey, I have question marks. I forgot what are they here? Oh, okay. All right, what do I have here for that?
All right, good evening, sir. Would you please raise your right hand and swear affirm the testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do. Good evening.
And down, please state your name and spell your last name.
My name is Michael Daniel, Daniel.
All right, Michael, what would you like to tell the board about the status of Kind Buds? Yep.
I'm sorry. So as of last month, I've been finally able to submit my state application for my annual. I've had a very long and sometimes hopeless journey. I've had many delays at every step of the way, but I can finally say I've submitted my my state application.
You were before us on August 14, 2023, and November 13, 2023.
All right. What else do you want to tell us?
I mean, I can enlighten you guys on the whole journey that I had getting here. It's very long, but you guys do have new board members, and it's just funny how life's a little bit of a marathon because when I first came here on August 14, 2023, the first thing I was told was no, and the reason why I was told no was because there was somebody down the street who you guys just voted to revoke their resolution, and I was asked, and I was the only one that was asked to speak to the Hilltop Community Group, and I did. And that was a little bit of a journey too, because it's really hard to get in contact with them. And I got their support, and they also told me I was the only one that spoke to them, that educated them on the process, and I got their approval. Then I got caught in like a weird time where there was, where Jersey City was thinking of taking away the planning and zoning approval,
Right.
where it was going to go straight to the council. So I got caught there waiting for that, and then it turned out that it wasn't taken away. So then I finally did have to go to planning and zoning, and that was another journey because twice that I went there, they had a lack of quorum, and it sucked because I had to pay for my lawyer, I had to pay for my architect twice, and then because it took so long, I had to then give notice again. So it's been a lot of money that I've spent, and I've also been paying rent there for 4 years. I went the reverse route, so there's some people that did conditionals without having a place. I went and got my place first. So I did that, and I've been there paying rent, trying to get this open. And then when I finally thought I was gonna get my my council approval, there was a mistake on the councilman's part. And he said he had no idea who I was, that I never spoke to him. And it's funny because his daughter was the one that sent the letter from the Hilltop Community Group. So that delayed me.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that last part, please?
So I was asked at the Cannabis Board asked me to speak to the Hilltop Community Group to see if they were okay with me opening there because there were already other dispensaries. So the councilman of that ward, his daughter is I believe, vice president. So she was the one that sent the letter to the Cannabis Board saying that they were okay, that I did meet with them. And when it came down to my council vote, the councilman goes and says that he has no idea who I was, which then made the other council members vote no. Then there was a really long journey, about 4 months, of trying to get back on the council because this was unheard of. Like, nobody's ever done it. And they were telling me it was nothing I can do. And I had to keep calling and making a lot of calls and emails. And I finally got back on the council agenda, and I got my vote. I got my vote as I should have. But that cost me 4 months of rent, and it also cost me about a $5,000 attorney bill. So like all this money that I've dumped into this, trying to get this open, I've lost a lot of money, but I'm still here. I'm still trying to open. I also I've owned 3 other businesses. I'm about to open another business in Jersey City in 2 weeks. So I'm here. I'm still trying. I asked the board to just give me a little bit more time as I wait for my state approval, my annual.
Okay. Is that the only thing holding up? Construction's done and everything?
No. So the thing is, I didn't want to do construction through this whole time, because it's always been in limbo. It's always been, I might not get it. So why do the construction if when I came to the cannabis board, there was a chance I wasn't even going to get it? Then when I was told at the council level that there was nothing they can do and that I couldn't get it. So that's why, but incorporated into my lease is I do have free rent when I do start building out.
Okay. Question. Estimate, because I understand nothing is finite when it comes to dates. Give us an outline, what you think you'll get your approval from the state, and then build out time before you can come back to us and say that you're open.
So I did my application for the state last month, about 4 weeks ago. They say the current timeline is 8 to 12 weeks. If I'm being aggressive, I say I think I could open with no delays. I would say December or January. The special thing about how I'm trying to build out, I don't have anything structural to do in my place, and it's funny because I've always said that it's almost built out. The place is almost built out like for a dispensary. It's where when you first come in, it's already like blocked off where like you could get checked in, and then it would be the area to shop, and then in the back there's a room that used to be, it's like a cement room that would be for storage. It's like it used to be an attorney's office, but before that it was a flower shop. So it's weirdly built out, almost like I don't have to do anything structural.
Okay.
I think my build out would be about 2 to 3 months.
So basically, you're looking for a year, basically, maybe January.
January is what I'm thinking.
2027.
Correct.
All right. Any questions? No questions?
Just very quickly, with your Hilltop meeting, was it discussed just the proximity to Dickinson High School, the close proximity?
No, it was just the fact that there were other applications at that time that were on the same block, and they didn't like the fact that there was too many on top of each other. And my whole thing from the beginning was, we just don't know what's going to happen, and it's proven today. It's funny because today we can clearly prove that, as 535 was denied, and that was the main reason why I was told no. And here we are. I'm still fighting for this.
You don't got to fight, man. You don't have to fight. You just got to keep doing what you have to do.
Thank you.
And the councilman was never very proactive for the ward. Yeah, is there any member of the public who would like to speak? Seeing none, we can discuss this, or we can go right to a motion. If there's no discussion, I'll entertain a motion. Is there a motion?
Yes.
Please state it.
Motion to approve.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nope.
All right.
Thank you.
Fight.
Thank you.
Just do us a favor.
Yes.
Keep as you're moving forward.
Update and mark here.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, next, let's see. That was
Close to Dickinson.
JFK, okay. That's kind of bud. Okay, Jordan Avenue's next, right?
Yes, Marist.
Yeah, CCB 2377, Marist, New Jersey, 4 Jordan Avenue, Jersey City.
Come on up, make yourself comfortable. Please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
All right, please state your name and spell your last name.
Arsen Adbashian, ATBASHYAN.
All right, so you were last here May 28th, 2024. Why don't you give the board an update as to what's going on?
Sure. So about a month ago, we got our CRC approval, and we finally started our construction. So we're in the process of going through our post-licensing, obligations, building out the space, going through the motions, and it's going to probably take us another month or 2 months to get it completed. And that's where we are.
So your construction will be done in 2 months, 3 months?
We think by September, maybe sometime August, possibly. It's moving along pretty quick.
Okay. That's it?
That's it.
Is there any questions? Okay. Anybody from the public like to speak? Seeing none. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Okay. Timeline on the motion, would you please add that August or September, you're confident?
We're thinking that, yeah, about that.
And August to come back to the board.
Motion to approve with the condition that the applicant returns back in August.
Or, if he's up and running before that, and he has paid the Division of Commerce, he need not appear.
We're looking forward to it. We
Yes.
just want to start already. It's been a long time.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? So moved.
Thank you.
Okay. CCB 23-67 Vox Farms, 80 Harrison Avenue. They're not opening, correct?
Yeah, this one was easy. They sent in a letter indicating that they were withdrawing their application due to financial concerns, and I did, in fact, circulate a resolution, the endorsement revocation for Vox Farms.
Okay, so all we need at this stage is a motion to not approve and
So a motion to essentially revoke the
Revoke, okay.
previous endorsement that the CCB gave to this applicant, and I spelled out why. They indicated that they wanted to withdraw their application. So, yeah, I'll take a motion followed by a second.
So moved.
Is there a second? Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? So moved. Okay. Let's see. Next one. CCB 23-61 Art 440 Company, 669 Bergen Avenue, Jersey City. Oh, yeah.
Present. Good evening.
Who's going to be testifying?
I am in, the owner of the building will be as well.
All right,
Okay,
so
how are you this evening?
let's get both of you to raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
I do.
Okay, we'll start with you. Just your name and spell your last name, then we'll get off to that, I think.
Anna R. Tolentino, Tolentino, owner of,
Pass it off to the doctor.
Okay, Ernesto Tolentino.
All right. What would you like to tell the board?
So I, just very simply, and very similar to one of the applicants just that left, I've had many delays, costly litigation. I was approved by the judge or the court, I would say, in June of last year. I was told by the law department they were going to appeal it. They never appealed it. So I had to wait for that. I've been in constant, probably battle since 2023 with the city. Luckily, I had the finances to pursue the matter because I thought that I was wrongfully denied. I received my state approval initially in 2022, which I just recently, I had to go back to the state, and I had 4 extensions. And they just approved me again June 4th. So throughout this costly, delayed situation, I could not proceed because I never knew what the outcome was going to be. So I could not proceed with the permits and everything else that you require, which I was ready to do, but it just wouldn't have made sense if I didn't know what the final outcome was going to be. I have the timelines, but I don't need to go through it because you all have all of the information. It's new people here now, but there's some people that were here before. And so you know what I've been dealing with since 2022. So we're probably looking at the end of this year, going into the next year, so I can get everything finalized to move forward. But I've hung in there since 2022 with trying to proceed with this dispensary. And I don't want to belabor the point anymore. The owner of the building, who is my father, can let you know exactly any questions regarding the building procedures. And that building has been occupied and ready to go. That retail space has been vacant for some time, waiting on what was going to go on with the litigation. I don't really have anything further to say that we've been diligent. And since
I'll educate the board very quickly.
Okay.
This applicant came before the board May 8th, 2023, June 12th, 2023, July 10th, 2023, August 14th, 2023. It's a fairly extensive single-space resolution as to, and I think only Jeff was the only member at the time there. But the board decided for whatever reason that they could not support this applicant. And the city council agreed with the CCB that they could not support this applicant, and it is your right. This ran into court on a prerogative writ, and I believe it was Judge Tarula had reversed that and indicated that the resolution of support should be granted to this applicant. I don't have a copy of the decision, but I know you're a lawyer.
I do.
Yeah.
I have a copy of it.
What was Judge Tarula's ruling? That
They overruled the cannabis, decision.
Yeah.
And then I went before city council, and then that was in October of last year, and they approved.
They issued you a resolution of support?
Yes, I have. Yes,
Okay.
yes, I have it.
Okay.
And then I had to go back to the state to be reissued a license that I had from the beginning, from 2022. But I have the resolution here. So I have the state that was issued just on June 4th. I have the resolution from city council. I have Judge Tarullo's.
Why are we hearing it? Mike, I interrupt, just for
Okay.
legal interpretation.
He was
why do we-
updated.
If the council is the final one, we make the recommendation, the council either votes it yes or no. They voted no, it was challenged in court, then it went back to the council and they voted for it. Why are we hearing it?
Just like the other applications with the legal twist. You're basically here to ask, when are you going to open?
Right.
Okay.
We
But
don't
let
need
me
a
just-
resolution
Okay.
indicating further.
One
involvement.
clarification, I don't recall ever being denied from city council. Once I was denied from the board, it never went to city council. I had to go to the court first, and when Judge Tarullo overruled the board, then I was able to get before city council. So it's not as if city council ever denied me. Here's the resolution from October where I was approved, which took some time because the law department said they were gonna appeal it, and they never did.
So the only issue is, when are you going to open?
Here he is.
The doctor's going to take it from here.
Well, I think I have to give you a little history as well. I am the owner of 669 Bergen Avenue. I'm the landlord, and I built a building there that deals with 40 units, and I started that building back in 2023. At that particular time, the commercial area was initially set up to be had by way of my daughter. During the period of time, however, because of all the delays that were done via the city along the way, that prevented this from happening. After the construction was completed, and it was completed last year in 2025, in asking her about where she sat and what she could do, she had spent so much money being involved in this particular thing and legal expenses and everything else that she could not afford at that particular time to enter directly into a lease agreement and pay that particular rent because she didn't know whether or not it was going to go through, that application, or when it was going to go through. So this year, bringing us up to date, this year when she had to, or actually last year when she had to file to CRC again, recognizing she had a application that was approved by CRC all the way back in 2022. She had to therefore reapply to them in order to be cleared. That clearance just occurred at the beginning of this month. Now that means that in anyone that knows anything about construction that's sitting here, when you do construction and you have a construction loan and you complete the construction, then at some particular time you're going to look for permanent financing. When you go to permanent financing, they ask for specific things to be done. One of those, that your building be 90% occupied before they really consider it a value point. And number two, they ask for, what about your lease of your commercial space? They then ask that we have to now put that up for leasing. And we certainly did that. We had a few particular applicants, but in searching them, and each one of them, they didn't come up as being satisfactory for the location. That brings us up to today's date. We did have a most recent one that could not come in immediately to lease the place, but had an arrangement with us that we may give him a complete consideration. Once I found out that she was now going, or had now a confirmation, then I indicated to that particular gentleman that that place could not go to the other particular party and would be leased directly to my daughter. And that's where we are now. I would tell you that the whole place has to have a fit out. All of that work could have been done when I was constructing the building. But because she didn't get the approval, we could not do it, because we didn't know what the last result was going to be at the time. So now we're here to say, yes, she can get that lease, and it should go into effect probably in July of this particular year. She will have to now go back in and do all the preliminary things she needs to do in order to continue so that we can virtually open. And that you can't do. We have to get the permits, you have to do all the other things that goes along with this. So that takes X amount of months to be able to do and to be ready to open, and the inspections and everything else that needs to be done. So if there's any question, please ask.
Yeah, so, first of all, when did the council vote in favor?
Resolution was October.
20
Yeah, I have it right here, October,
2025?
Yes.
yes, 2025.
Okay. And the second question is, understanding everything takes time, when do you project opening at, roughly? Basically fitting the place out, final walkthrough from the state and all that.
Basically, in asking for permits, everybody knows you have to go back to all the particular divisions. You have to go to zoning. You have to go to historical. You have to, no, not historical, I'm sorry. We don't have to do that anymore. That was done with the building. We'd have to go back to all those entities to get and give a description and a layout of that piece of property in the commercial area. After that's done, then we have to do the work. And I'm going to help her to get that work done and we'll work out something differently.
So about what, a year?
Huh?
About a year?
I would say,
I would say it would go up to then, except that CRC, in getting her second one, has indicated she'd have to ask for an extension again, because she had extensions that she had to do
I
previously.
had 4 extensions from the state from the prior one, and then finally, they couldn't extend it any further.
So you have to reapply brand new?
No, I have my state approval
Oh, okay.
as of June 4th again, but and it expires, I sent a copy, you all had that, it expires in November.
Okay.
So in November, 30 days prior to November, I would have to ask for an extension, but I had this first
Right.
in 2022, and they gave me 4 extensions while I was involved with the litigation and all the other issues, so.
Right.
I have it again as of June 4th. I have the state approval. The
And you-
CRC.
Right, okay.
So a motion to endorse this applicant, you have no choice.
Right, right. So they don't have to go back to the council. We're just.
That's right. That's
Yeah, it's, we're
It's the
just.
same thing. As soon as she's open, she cuts a check to the Division of Commerce.
Right.
And that's it.
Okay. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Do we want her to come back for updates? No?
I'm glad to come back. I've been here so much. It's not.
Yeah, maybe.
Please come back.
I don't have a problem with coming.
We'll be delighted.
Hold on. Could you just put that on the record, Maynard?
We actually have to do status updates every quarter, so it might be a good idea if she comes back in 6 months, just so we know exactly what's happening, just so we
That's
can
fine.
notify the
Right.
council, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so
All in
much.
favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank
Thank you so much.
All right. Enjoy the
Have a good day.
All right, that's done. Okay. CCB 23-54 Harbor City Outreach, 135 Monticello Avenue.
All right, who's going to be testifying?
Both of us.
Pointing to each other. So
Yeah,
okay.
both of us.
All right, please raise your right hands. Do you swear affirm the testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
I do.
Please, we'll start off to the right. State your name, spell your last name, then we'll go to your partner.
Robert O'Hare, last name O'Hare.
Thank you.
Amar Modi, last name Mody.
All right, what would you like to tell the board with respect to your status?
So currently, we're just waiting on the CRC approval. So they came back for some additional documentation around our standard operating procedures and our tax returns for 2024 and 2025. We submitted to our consulting group who actually handles all the communications between us and the CRC, and we're just waiting on the approval status.
And
So-
you think, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so you're basically built out at this point.
So we're not built out. This is a major construction project. So when we embarked on this in 2023, we knew the entire time that we were going to take down the building. We questioned the integrity of the building. We're the owners
Okay.
of the actual property.
I would hope so.
Yes. So we had to go through everything in between. We had to deal with zoning and planning, drawing up the plans, getting the approvals, getting zoning determination letters. We had a process where our original letter needed to be reapproved because there was a new acting director. So there's a lot of steps that have gone on in this, I think, 2.5 years, and we are where we are. We do have
Is the building built?
the current dwelling exists, yeah, but we're
No, the new new
construction is not.
No, we have the plans. The plans have been approved, but the building is not. The building is not built yet.
Yeah, okay. All right, so what you're looking here, basically, this is just an update, and just an extension till the next, once you get your state and the building is built.
Right. So we've been dealing with some delays with the tenants because some of the tenants have school kids in the school system. So we were just working with them to sort of give them enough advance notice to vacate so they can finish the school year off.
I read the update, but just for clarification, you're knocking down the old building, which is how many stories?
4.
And you're building a new building, how many stories?
4.
4. So just a brand-new building.
It's a brand new.
As of right, it's the Jackson Hill redevelopment zone, so we're not amending any other plans.
Okay, all right. What else you want to tell us?
It's been a long process, but we've been continuing, to interact with Marquia and give our status updates. We're committed to the city. We're well capitalized to take this project through. So it's just, the process is really difficult along the way, but we've stayed committed to it. So we're just asking for continued extensions. and
Any
approvals.
questions from the board members? Any questions? No? Any public comments? Seeing none. What's the pleasure of the board? Is there a motion to extend?
Yes, motion to extend.
And with that, 6-month return to us to give us an update?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is there a second?
Second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Abstentions, so moved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Okay, CCB 23-69, Cream of the Pot, 41 Marin, Jersey City. I got some questions on this.
All right, are both of you testifying? One?
Yeah, we can.
He can, okay.
Well, I can.
Oh, you can.
No.
Please do you swear affirm the testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
Please state your name, spell your last name.
It's Plachette Rose, Rose.
Welcome, Ms. Rose. Please
Thank
tell
you.
the board what's going on.
So we are actually 3 weeks away from complete build out. We have received all of our inspections. Well, not all. We received all rough inspections, approvals. So we're going to be working on our final inspections. I don't know if Marquia gave you the pictures, but I do have pictures of our build out. So we're almost there. I'm in contact with our inspector, our investigator. She's well aware that we are almost finished. I've already submitted my packet, so I'm waiting for her to do an initial walkthrough and then to do the final walkthrough. But we're pretty much there.
All right. So originally, you were approved for this site, when was the initial? approval?
CCB was August 14, 2023. Council approval almost 2 years later. More than that, October 8, 2025.
Right. I don't know if you guys remember, but I had to change locations a few times.
Right. So we approved the new location, or where was the old location?
The old location was 50 Journal Square.
Oh,
That was the, okay.
That's right.
So,
Now I remember.
Right.
And then, yeah, because the city was condemning the property.
Right.
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 Then you found a new location
Then we found a new
downtown.
location. No, then we found a new location on Communipaw.
On Communipaw.
And then that location is up for sale. That building is up for sale. And then we found this location.
Okay. So originally, and I know I was the only one here that actually voted on it, but remind me, on the original application, after all that we approved, what was the address? Was it downtown, or was it Communipaw?
No, it was Communipaw, I believe. 493.
Okay.
493.
So,
Yeah.
and then, so we heard that was in 2022, 23? 23?
August 14, 2023.
And that was on Communipaw, right?
Yes.
Right. So now you're here. I got a question, a legal question. We approved an application for one location. That moved. The council approved that's the previous location that we approved. Is this a new application?
Well, actually, it's not treated as a new application because the original applicant for 41 Marin Boulevard abandoned the location and agreed to allow her to move
Oh,
there.
okay,
It was a
now I
higher
understand.
ground, yeah.
Okay, got you. All
Thanks
right.
for that. I was going to say, oops.
Right, okay. No, gets a little confusing,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
My memory only goes back
Also the
6
same
months.
ward.
Same ward.
Yeah, so.
Okay, all right. Because that was going to be my next question. All right, so now I totally understand. Okay. Continue, if you have anything else.
No, that's basically it. I don't know if you have the pictures, but we're right there. Like I said, I'm in contacts with my investigator. Hopefully she can come out probably by this week or next week. And then we're off to the ball game, I guess. But I'm like right there.
When do you project to open?
I can say August, September.
Okay. Looks nice.
Thank you. A lot of hard work.
Yeah, I'm sure. Everybody in Jersey City is going to have a story of the miserable experience you have had.
We all have
get
to meet up.
approval. Yeah, you know, and I can sympathize with you, trust me. Any questions from? Okay. Is there any members of the public who would like to speak? No. Is there a motion?
A motion to continue.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. let's see, that's the coop. We also got to go back to the other one. Right, that's,
All right, please raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, please state your name, spell your last name, and...
Mario Costa, Costa.
Okay, Mario, what would you like to tell the board as to the status?
We had a little setback because one of our main members of the team got sick, but we're ready to submit the application to the state in the next 2-3 weeks.
So you're before
The
us-
building, I still have the building because I own the building, no mortgage, anything. I've been there for over 45 years. I'm the owner of the White Manor and the Ringside. I have a gym open for the community for the last 35 years for the kids boxing for free. I don't encourage them to become fighters. It's not a good sport.
Still have the pigeons upstairs?
But just keep them off the street.
You still have the pigeons upstairs?
We still have the pigeons, Tyson's bird. That's why we call it the coop.
Yeah, okay. So, as of this moment, you're still in the process of getting the state?
In the next 2 weeks, I think everything is ready. We will submit it and then we'll present it to you guys.
All right.
And
So
I
you're asking for-
appreciate your patience.
You're asking an extension for what, a month?
Yes, 30 days, that'll be more than enough.
Is there any questions?
No.
Okay. Anybody from the public? Nope, don't see any. Okay, is there a motion to, for approving the extension for 30 days?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstentions, so moved.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, last but not least. Okay,
Yeah,
is that which one? Jersey Leaf, that's right, okay. Whoops, sorry, gentlemen, it's past our time.
They're here for a renewal.
Yeah.
Okay, go right ahead.
Who's going to be testifying? Do you swear affirm the testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Please state your name, spell your last name.
William Pena, P-E-N-A.
All right, so you were before the board on June 13th, 2022, and you've been operating, go ahead, fill us in here.
Yeah, we've been operating. We just made a year in May. We're working hard. Trying to catch up with the debt we incurred for opening. We're grateful to have 5 employees, all city people, all born and raised Jersey City residents. We work with our community. We're doing everything we're supposed to be doing.
All right. I see that you paid your fees April 25th, 2025. Have you paid them in 2026? Okay. That was my only question. Okay.
Yeah, at the end of this month, we got to do our quarterly tax.
Okay.
Yeah, we're up to date.
Okay. That was my only question. Anybody have any questions? Nope. Members of the public, anybody want to speak? Don't see any? Okay. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve.
Approve.
Okay. So, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? So moved.
Abstention here.
Oh, excuse me. I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Right, okay. Right. So, okay, so we have approvals, no, just one abstention. That's it, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, thank
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm sorry, who made the motion and who seconded?
Pat made the motion,
I second it.
Thank you, thank you.
and one abstention.
Abstention.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you. Okay, I believe we had gone through the entire agenda. As, you know, at the end of the meetings, I always like to ask any questions, any comments.
Mr.
and-
Chairman, before you do that, could I?
Oh,
do-
the resolutions,
Thank you,
okay.
Appreciate that. Yeah, okay. All right. Just give me a second here, we got quite a few. All right, so the following resolutions are for a renewal. They are renewal resolutions because the businesses have already been in place and they needed a renewal for another year. That would be the RIP Dispensary, you heard tonight, MMD, Downtown Flower, Green Stop Wellness, and Jersey Leaf. I just need one motion followed by a second to memorialize these resolutions to renew these folks' licenses for 1 year.
I make a motion to approve.
Second it.
Now, maybe, I'm sorry, what we're going to do is remove Jersey Leaf, since you can't vote on that. Isn't that correct?
Okay.
So with the, sorry, Mr. Chairman, with the exception of Jersey Leaf, let me do this again. RIP Dispensary, MMD, Downtown Flower, Green Stop. Can I get a motion followed by a second?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, with respect to Jersey Leaf, can I get a motion followed by a second?
Motion.
Second.
All right, and you are abstaining, Robert, correct? The rest of the crew voting yes? or-
Yes, aye.
Any abstentions other than Robert? No. And any denials? No. Hearing none, seeing none. Okay. Now, with respect to endorsement revocation, these are cannabis businesses that for one reason or another, the CCB decided they could no longer support these applicants, whether they just simply withdrew, whether they haven't been paying any taxes, whether they're not open, et cetera, et cetera. Cush Club, Butler and Baldwin, Chilltown Dispensary, Bud Space, and Vox Farms. Can I get a motion followed by a second?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, seeing none. Thank you.
Okay. I gotta sign those, right?
No, I've been putting in electronic signatures,
Oh,
so I don't have to
perfect.
torture you.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, any comments? You want to say something? Yeah, sure. Any comments from the audience? State your name, address.
Yeah, Frank Robert.
Frank Robertson, 1708 Kennedy Boulevard. I am the president of the Jersey City Cannabis for Responsible Consumption. I spoke to chairperson. We were having problems with the illegal smoke shops and bodegas. We don't have, the Commerce Department doesn't have any, they can't go out and with compliance and tell illegal smoke shops or the bodegas are not to sell. It's cutting in the profits of all the dispensaries that are open. And also, the MOUs are now, the multi-state operators are looking at buying the 4 or 5 dispensaries that went out of business. And the multi-state operators have a big advantage because if you go to their stores, they selling the same product that we sell for 30% off because they actually are the ones that make the product. We also have a problem with most of the people that were actually coming up to get the license are not from Jersey City or the state of New Jersey. As you see, we have a lot of litigation going on with a bunch of these dispensaries that actually are open that shouldn't be open. And we're looking at the he knows we spoke to the last city council and also the CCB about the landlords. The landlords are the only ones that are making money. In terms of we have 5 dispensaries out of business, and we have 6 businesses right now. And I sent to Marquia that are being sold as you speak now. That you guys, and I'm glad you took some of those guys off because they were selling their paper. If you didn't know what that is, they're actually selling the support. And you can go online and see that we have 6 dispensaries that you just took off 4 of them that was actually selling the paper, the resolution of support. 700,000. You could actually see it. I sent it to Mark here because I don't think it's fair for a business or all these dispensaries open to have the illegal shops and then the MSOs coming in saying, you know what, we can buy 7 dispensaries for 35%. Because if you go to Edison, that's exactly what they're doing. Ascend, TerraSend, and Zenleaf. So it puts us at a disadvantage of selling. We all sell the same product. So, you go across the street or here, they're pitting everybody against. You said that from day one, it's going to pit everybody against each other. So you have 3 on one block, we all sell the same product. But the difference is who has the best landlord or the best lease. You got some of these dispensaries spending $30,000 a month in rent. So the landlords are partners. $360,000 a year you're paying the landlord, and you have 30 dispensaries in one city, which I've said it should have been only 6 because it's oversaturated and the community doesn't like it. And also the MOUs that we actually signed, and I believe the director would tell you that they had no anyone that could come and say, you know what, we want to see if they're doing it. I know we get $45,000 a year. I mean, we do this, and not just because it's required by you guys, because we're from Jersey City. So I seen 2 people or 2 different ones who are part of our coalition to say, hey guys, the MOU is part of getting your license. And like he's actually in there calling people, finding out who's doing what they're supposed to do. So I'm just saying that I think they should give you more authority with compliance, because the city council should have you guys actually have them. Like he said, they can't afford to get anybody else to go in, hey, let me see what's in your vault. Let me see if you're building out. But I sent to Marquis, I said, because there's a lot of paper being sold or trying to be sold. But 4 of them today you got rid of, so it won't be up there. Thank you.
Thank you. Just keep in mind, that was the reason that we started requesting that all the pending businesses return to the board, because we found out when we initially just asked for, answer a questionnaire, what's your status, that there were some licensees that weren't very truthful on what was happening with the businesses. So I think it's been very helpful that we're forcing businesses to come back, and they're under oath, and they have to let us know what the exact status is, and if they're not really moving forward, that we are revoking that support resolution. I think it was Chairman Patel that mentioned last month, how are you selling something that you don't have? You don't have a license, right? And the other one good part about it is now that we have the cap and we're over the cap, they really can't sell this paper approval, because we're not going to allow them to be over the cap, and it's considered, it could be a change of location. It's a new owner, so we're trying to narrow it down where maybe there'll be a reduction in the number of licensees, and at some point, hopefully the city will enforce and shut down some of these smoke shops. I mean, we have had some activity with closing a few smoke shops, or at least raiding some of these smoke shops that we're looking to try to shut down. It's just a long process going through court and having lab reports of the product just to confirm that it really is cannabis before we can really revoke the smoke shop license. So it's just been a slower process than any of us predicted, but we're trying to do our best.
Maynard, and that's always been a concern of mine, that we were approving so many cannabis stores and people weren't going to be able to open or maintain the business. I'm glad that we're now at the point where we're no longer going to allow anybody to sell paper that has nothing.
Correct.
All right. So my question is, can an MSO operate more than one cannabis store in Jersey City? Can anybody have?
Yes.
They can.
They can.
At first, the answer was no. Then they allowed them to have 35%, and now I think it's pretty flexible now.
Is that a state law or a city?
State.
Oh, that sucks.
And MSO is trying to buy 3 right now. The other side and another one, so it's 3 of them.
Very flexible.
You guys first said they couldn't sell the MSOs because they have an advantage.
That's what I thought.
They're making it and they're selling to us. So it's actually a conflict. I mean, they're the cultivators, we the retailers. They also the retailers, and they also the manufacturers. So if they sell it to us for 50, we sell it for 100. They sell it for 35. And you can go online and see that.
Right. So my question is, all right, so the state's allowing it, which is really stupid.
But Jersey City isn't. Jersey City didn't at first said you couldn't have MSO in Jersey City. So you still can't have it in Jersey City.
Well, a state law trumps local law, so they can. So my question really is
Interstate Commerce Clause.
right,
right, you can't stop
exactly.
that.
So the question is, is there any way legally to prevent saying you have now 30 cannabis independent stores to basically come down to like 5 with different names?
But the other problem is the amount of ownership each one has. They could put a stick figure up here that has just a small percentage and then be backed by what you're talking about. That's what my problem was day one when we did all of this. That's why Baynard said what he said. That was my problem. They're trying to sell what they don't have, number one. And number two, they were putting a stick figure up here, and they had the rest of the people in the background, and they were basically doing what liquor did years ago with buy rights and all that. There's no way of stopping it. We have no power to do that, unfortunately.
We can identify them. We know they stiff figures, right?
Yeah, but we can't turn the license down because of that. That's the problem. It doesn't give us a basis for turning it. If the guy gets up here and says, I only own 1%, that's not a basis for us to turn it down.
Because the state has basically tied our hands.
Correct.
Yeah.
What
We can't turn it down for that reason.
What could we do then?
So
Has
just
to
to
be an
supplement
amendment.
real quick, what they can sell is the resolution of support. It doesn't have an expiration date. Most of I've said this a million times, so I'm blue. Most of the towns I represent, I put in an expiration date. They didn't want to do that here for a number of reasons. So, yeah, they could sell the resolution of support. And hopefully, the governing body, the city council, will now see that we have, the CCB has revoked their endorsement, so hopefully they will revoke the resolution of support.
Can you do that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, all right, that's good.
That's the only thing we can.
Say it again?
Once we get the resolution, the revocation recommendation, we're going to send it right to the city council. To have that process done, hopefully with the next meeting, within the next month.
Okay.
In front of the city council, yes.
Attorney question.
Yes, sir.
This being such a new market still, there's going to be laws, rules that are going to, I guess, be shifted depending the demographics. Jersey City is a different demographics than Patterson. Perfect example. So I think that's a law question I'm asking you. You think it's different, cities have different laws, or do we keep in cahoots with other CCB boards and see what they're doing?
Yeah, it's a good question. So, I've represented over 20 municipalities, and there are some municipalities that were very much into minorities, inclusion, veterans, women licenses, and so that's a policy decision that's set by the city council. I have represented other municipalities that have no interest whatsoever in that type. They want MSOs with a lot of money. So those are policy decisions that start here and then get trickled down.
There was even a resolution to give it to criminals first. Remember that?
Right.
There was a resolution
the state-
to give the licenses to somebody with a criminal background before somebody else.
The state indicated that you would have a leg up if you had a criminal violation, especially for marijuana, because that was social justice. These folks, and I've represented some of them, had spent years in jail for selling an ounce of, pot. So it was a form of social justice at the state level. Now, whether or not a municipality wanted to follow that is another story.
Right.
And I would just say, Commissioner, he's a great guy, Jeff. But for me, I think that you should weigh heavy on the people actually in this business, because he knows about, the effects of it. But in terms of what's going on in the street, it's real hard to run a business when you got somebody around the corner selling $10 or $15 eighths.
I have a question about just density, which was mentioned with one of the things, one of the ones that we, one of the ones that we approved today was literally within a block of another one that we approved. And it's on Newark there. There's quite a corridor there. I expressed concern just the proximity to Dickinson and where the Dickinson kids go to eat lunch every day. It's now like literally on the street where all the Dickinson kids go to eat lunch. I understand that that's not a rationale that I'm allowed to use in making this decision, but do we have any oversight to we're talking about competitiveness, but there's a lot of density in a very small area.
Correct, but you're saying it was 1,000 feet, and then they moved to 200 feet.
Right.
Yeah.
It was 1,000 feet for all schools. If you go to
And 200 feet is basically if it's on the corner, then it's right there.
Correct.
Which is, but the kids can go on.
Still,
on-
because it's
yeah.
beyond 200 feet.
Yeah, correct.
And then you have down in Perth Amboy, you have to be 1,000 feet from the school and the church. So they only have 2 in the city, even though it's big. So that's
That's the only place.
correct.
Right.
And actually, when they first did wrote the ordinance, it was only supposed to be 17 if you checked out all the green zones. We mapped it out to figure out it would only be 17, but then they got rid of the green zone to make it include commercial, residential, which it wasn't. It was supposed to be on commercial.
But the problem is, by the time it gets to us, it's already approved. That's
Correct.
already approved.
Yes.
So we don't even touch on that.
Right. Well, actually, it's supposed to come to you first and then go to the state. You have for the license, you have to come to you first.
Well, we're confined to the ordinance
We're
that's here.
confined to what we have.
Yeah, but the ordinance was changed. It was changed, but it was actually saying when they changed it from commercial to residential, because you couldn't have it in the residential area unless it was commercial. So that was a problem.
No
with
one
the
listened to us.
I know. You said that from day one. You said it from day one.
Day one, I had a problem with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ordinance
No.
read 1 per ward, and now there's 1 per street now.
Right.
Yeah.
We did not have a very
You had 1 per
cooperative
street
board
when the
regarding
ordinance
that.
reads
Yeah.
1 per ward.
Well, I'll tell you why.
No,
Because when we first started, there was no limit.
Yeah.
Oh, not,
Jersey City didn't have the limit. Correct.
No.
Jersey City.
There's no, just, just some of the history, it's like,
Yeah.
initially we started, there wasn't a cap at all.
Right.
And then there was always the discussion of when does the pin go in the map, when we have the 600-foot rule.
Right.
And what was decided by the administration was if you had submitted your application, you would allow to continue even if you were within less than 600 feet or 700 feet from each other, because the pin wasn't in the map, and the pin goes in the map when the city council approves it. So that's why, unfortunately, we have several businesses. I mean, at one point we had one that were sharing a wall. They were sharing a wall, and with distance. I mean, was that a mistake on our part? Probably so. It was just a legal recommendation, like the pin goes in the map at the time of city council approval. Anyone who had submitted before this cutoff date that we established, you're allowed to move forward. That's why we technically, we're actually over the cap.
None.
But
You
there's
can't
no
do
recourse,
anything.
even like for us to make a recommendation to the council to reconsider or think.
well, the
Not,
only.
not without a lawsuit. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
and we're going to lose that lawsuit because, and, you know, we've talked about this many times and it kind of shut down, that we wanted to have a voice in, you know, amending the ordinance, and it, you know, no one wanted to talk to us. Huh?
How about drafting?
Yeah.
it?
Right, we wanted to draft it too, right, but no one would listen to us, and look, the problem was that it was a moneymaker. And I'm not talking about the business. I'm talking about the political side. It was a true moneymaker, and no one wanted to tap that.
Nobody wanted to cap it.
Right, so.
You know, there's a flip side to this, because some of the other municipalities that I represent, they only allowed 2 or 3, and there's a lot of cannabis businesses that were disappointed, angry. Nobody was disappointed or angry in 2022 here, because everybody was getting approved. Everyone was happy, except they didn't realize that it was just not sustainable.
Right,
And
right.
as you said, ma'am, with the city council,
Just call me Jeff.
He says that to me. Jeff said
It should be just like the liquor, the alcohol and liquor, the way that they do it. He told them, and they brushed it off. He went to the city council and said, I was there when he said, you should give us the same thing as you do as the alcohol.
That's ABC.
You
ABC,
realize-
and he
you
said that.
realize there's not even a suspension provision like on
I know.
ABC. I was pushing for that too, and nobody wanted to hear it.
Yeah.
You can't even suspend somebody for multiple violations. All we could do is ask a couple of questions.
Right.
And then it looks like you're picking on them.
Right.
Right.
And
We have
But
a new
he-
administration, new
Yeah.
city council.
Well,
So, as, you know, Ron will tell you, I was the most vocal person here for all those years, and it went nowhere.
yeah.
You know, and Maynard and Marquia, they fought hard, and you know, they're in a bad position because they're employees of the city, and they couldn't push them too far because the previous administration was kind of vindictive,
Correct.
to say the least. But
Well,
have
I
a
can tell you
question.
one thing about the last administration. I know one of the guys said that it's going to be the survival of the fittest, figuring that that's why they gave everybody, because they believe that it's only going to be 4 to 5 alive, which they will in 2 years. I believe
It'll eventually just be the
because it's
MSOs.
like, yeah, we got a lot of bodegas now. The cannabis are like bodega on every other corner.
Oh, absolutely. Look, it's very frustrating. You know, I walked into a bodega to pick up a lottery ticket, hopefully that I can retire, you know. And right in front of me, they had little canisters with, cannabis written on it, and you could see the flower in it. And it wasn't even, they were not even trying to hide it anymore. It's right out there. And it's shameful.
Lack of enforcement?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Completely.
And also,
there's places in Jersey City that cars at a certain point in the day will line up double parked as they run in there, and no one stops them.
And I went to the city and said it's a health problem, because what happens if your 16-year-old kid goes in the store and buy it's marijuana, because cannabis is legal in New Jersey. Marijuana isn't. Right. Marijuana is considered outside of New Jersey and it's illegal. And then, a kid got sick with fentanyl because you don't know what's in those things. Right. And besides, I tell everybody to welcome to our struggle, because if you don't know, since it's illegal federally, we pay a different tax. We're in a different tax bracket.
Well, you don't get any deductions for
none at all.
operating a business.
It's the 280Es.
Right.
50% of what we make automatically goes to the feds.
And as you stated, look, you've heard me many times. I'm a long supporter of decades of cannabis. And I would never buy from a illegal shop, and I've seen it. It's like $10, $15. Yeah. I want to know what I buy is clean, that I don't get sick.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of people who don't care or don't really realize. They don't know. They just don't know. And it's strong enough to get them high, and they think it's all natural, and it's not. And
It's
that's
actually
serious.
a recommendation from one of the council members that we're going to either come up with some type of city logo that says like licensed cannabis facility with their license number that has to be on
Ooh,
the
I
front of
like
the
that.
building. Yeah. Doing something also with some of the smoke shops. We're just trying to figure out, is there a way that we can add some wording that smoke shops cannot sell cannabis? Like that's what we're working
That
on
would
now.
be great.
Yes.
I do get a lot of people that think that they're going to a dispensary and they're actually going to a smoke shop all the time. They're like, yeah, I went to, All Stars. And I'm like, no,
Right.
that's not a dispensary.
The one right across
So
the
I
street
do get a
from the
lot of it.
courthouse.
Right.
Yeah, and I also say, and I'll close with this, the
Done it
most
all
important.
time. Realized it was illegal till the cops rolled in.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank God a judge was standing next to me buying the same shit. Same boat here, man.
And I would just close to this.
Completely illegal.
And since the city is in so dire straits with taxes, those illegal bodegas and illegal shops take money from your pocket.
100%.
Oh, I don't disagree.
Absolutely.
2% supposed to go to the children.
Correct.
Board of
And I can
Education.
tell you, you look at the number, it's between $4 and $5 million missing out of the city because of that.
I don't disagree with
I
that.
don't doubt that one bit.
I have a question,
Go ahead.
if you don't mind. It was to piggyback off what Frank said. It might be giving me more work, Lord. But
You sure you want to ask it?
You know I'm going to give it to you.
I know. It was about the MOUs. I do think that for the renewals, we do need to figure out if they're honoring. I know we talked about that. Like, we have to figure out somehow if they're honoring if they have new MOUs with new people. I mean, because I'm pretty sure a lot of those MOUs have expired.
We're going to have to actually
Right.
request an update from the recipient of those MOUs. Like
And I'm
the
guilty because
nonprofits, yes.
I'm not even asking, and I forget. But, yeah, you know something?
We know they are.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So let's put a little history to that. Remember, we initially were requesting or requiring MOUs, and then the city council, the law department said, you can't do that.
Require, yes.
I mean, one of the applicants, the last one, who testified, he had indicated that he would donate $200,000 a year. We're not holding anybody to that type of MOU.
No.
First of all, it's illegal, I think.
That was a bad prediction on what he felt he was going to make in this
Right.
business. Yeah.
Right.
So I think we need to be just careful An MOU with respect to, hey, you said you were gonna do an expungement clinic, fine. An MOU, you said you were gonna increase literacy and education about drugs and alcohol, fine.
Yeah.
An MOU that says you're gonna dole out 200 grand?
So should I update my renewal packets to have them just be more detailed about
What they've done?
done?
I don't think it'll hurt whether or not we hold the standard or what we're allowed to do. I think it will force them to at least do the exercise.
Yeah, can't hurt.
I agree.
Share some information on what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You know, at some point, we're all going to have to sit down and go through the pages of the ordinance and, you know, with legal, with, you know, staff's recommendations, see what
it's
works
actually
and what doesn't
A
work.
good time to do it soon. There are some changes that are possibly being made. One, that they're going to change where the funds are going with what's going on in Jersey City. So right now, the funds are dedicated to the Board of Ed and social equity groups. And I think they're going to just put that in the general. They're going to start putting the tax money in the general fund just because we're dealing with this major deficit. But, I mean, year to date, not year to date, but since we've started the cannabis business and they've opened, we've actually collected $1.3 million in taxes.
Really?
Yeah, so, I mean, it does bring in a fair amount of money. It's anywhere from $600,000 to $700,000 a year.
Yeah, and again, as Pat said, you know, you've heard me over and over for the last couple of years that we need to amend that give us a little more power, like the ABC, that, you know, we can fine, suspend, and, you know, and challenge. Instead of, right now, it's either we approve or we don't approve. And as an applicant who was here just a while ago when we did not approve their application because they basically lied through the whole thing, went to court and overruled. We had no choice to approve it. So we need to have the ability not.
And the lies just kept continuing today. We're given a lease in July. They had that lease when they went with their writ. They had to have a lease in order to proceed to court.
Right.
Because where was she putting it? But he just said, "Oh, we're giving the lease in July." I didn't even want to get into it because
I know. Trust me.
Just let it go. Just
Right.
approve and goodbye. You know.
But at least they had to go through the
you know.
exercise, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't just a blank yes, right?
Yeah, but it just makes
It
makes
it
the
gives-
board.
gives
It
us-
makes
gives
this
us
whole
this,
thing
yeah,
look
effective,
Right.
like
effective,
we're
yeah.
doing nothing. That's the problem. I
Look,
have
we,
with it, you know.
I won't go into details, but there were a couple of incidences that were pretty foul, and we had no power to stop it at all. The only power was that when the time for renewal came up, we wouldn't renew.
Yeah, these are all nuanced, and we need way more discretion to deal with nuance.
Right. So, you know, it would give us the ability to make people do the right thing.
Yeah.
Also, when they don't pay my fee, my license fee,
Right.
then there should be some kind of
There's
consequence.
Absolutely. There should be a
right?
fine and
There
a
should be
suspension.
yeah.
We're
Right now,
actually-
there's no reason.
Shut
Why
down.
should
No,
I
I'm talking
pay
about
you?
immediately.
We're actually looking into maybe a policy decision according to the law department. I mean, because we have businesses that are coming in for renewals, but they owe taxes, you know, multiple quarters of taxes. So that has become an issue. I was told it can't really be written into an ordinance as we can't renew the license because of taxes, but I mean, I've requested late fees to be attached to those, similar to what we have in park. We also collect $9 million in parking lot taxes, and there's a late fee for payments. It's a penalty and an interest that we charge, and I'm looking to add that to the
Right.
the cannabis taxes, just because it does encourage people to pay on time, especially when they see that as soon as you're late, you know, that Marquis or some other staff member that we have, we're actually billing you for the late fee once you pay it.
Like a credit card.
Yes.
They charge 24%. You know, again, we're acting as a bank and loaning them money with no interest.
Some of my towns have suggested personal guarantees. You'd be surprised how quickly people pay when they're actually on the hook.
Can you actually have a personal guarantee if you are an LLC?
There is a section in the state statutes that indicate that the business is personally liable. What does that mean?
Yeah.
To me, that means there should be a body, a name that's attached to that being personally liable.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Well, not every town was warm and fuzzy about that, so it's another policy decision.
Well, I'd like to present that to the council and stand in front of them and ask them, are you willing to put on the record that you're increasing everybody's real estate taxes, but you're going to let a business person get away with murder?
Cannabis business. Yeah.
Right.
You're braver than me.
Oh, well, hey, the new council people don't know me, but whoever is returning, they know my mouth.
Jeff's got the scars to prove it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have a turn-off switch. All right. So at some point, I would love to have everybody, when you have the time, I know everybody's busy, but read through the ordinance and let's
Can you
make
ask them to
suggestions.
email to us?
Huh?
Have the ordinance emailed to us so we can read through it?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Right. And
Thank you.
right. Right. So look through it. Suggestions, send them to them, and they will, look through it. They know what the law is and what we can get away with. Sort of, I know. I say we put the law in and let them sue us.
All are already.
All right. If any other comments or anything else you want to discuss, otherwise, we can go home and have dinner.
So vote to adjourn?
I'd like to have a motion.
Motion?
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I want to thank everybody, and especially the new members. I really appreciate your input, and thank you very much for joining.
Actually, on the other side. Can I get your email? He's the city side. He's with us, but he's the city side. Know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, he's cool as can be, but he has no
Oh,
authority.
by the way,
With
everybody's understanding that we do not, if you have questions, you can email directly to